Hey, it's IOD again, and doing a video. It's gonna be one of my first videos in a while. So I'm gonna be doing it's probably gonna be a quicker video on how to put an insert inside your Dr. Grip, or whatever Dr. Grip you have. Right here, I have a Dr. Grip Flash Body Red. This is Japanese, and the request for this video I received was asking for me to give the specific dimensions for this pen here. And this pen is it's an American Dr. Grip. I think it's a center of gravity. And I already have an insert in there. And when it comes to dimensions, I mean, it's kind of tricky because you got to cut your insert a certain way. But what I'll be doing in this video is I'll be inserting one of these inserts into here, and I printed out a few just because size is tricky. So to start off, it turns out I don't actually have scissors with me, so I'm gonna go get scissors and a ruler. I'll be right back. Right, scissors. When come to think of it, I don't think I have a ruler up here either. Maybe I have a yardstick. Now, screw exact measurements. That's not even how I insert these things. So, now I'm gonna put this up to the camera. I'm not sure how well it looks right now. Let me get behind the camera actually. When it comes to these, see a little hump right there? Well, that's where it screws in. There's threads under that from this part. You want to get your size needs to be about that big, between there and there, and it's the same on the center of gravity. Very similar. It's just kind of hard to screw off. Now, what you want to do is you want to hold right here. So you have your hand on the grip, but it's not on the plastic part. You just unscrew. And here's your area. Now, you can't use this entire area to put an insert over because you got to acknowledge you can't put it over the threads and a little bit above that just because it goes there. And these little notches here is where I like to measure for the top. Sometimes I go a little bit over, and now you might not be able to see these notches. I'm not sure I think they're present on the American version, but that's kind of what helps keep the top in from the clear part. Now, if you have a Japanese model of this pencil, it comes with a clear piece of plastic here that you can like draw on with whatever to customize it yourself. I don't like doing that. I prefer to print it out. So I'm going to go and put this baby back in here. I'm going to put it together, and the reason I'm doing this is so I can figure out my size. Trying to figure out the size of the insert. So I'm going to compare it to the insert I have right here. Now this one's too big. And I figured this would be too big. So I have a smaller one under it. And that one's looking alright. Now the thing with these is when it comes to inserts, I don't have an exact measurement because it's probably going to vary depending on how you put it in. But I like to compare it first to see how it looks, and then I'll cut it out and I'll trim it and such. So I'm going to go ahead and cut around this. Get a rough cut first, and then I'm going to cut it out. And for this, I'm just going to try to cut exactly along the black line. And the thing is, you can always trim more off. I like to get an image where I can trim. And just be aware with your inserts. I like to custom make my inserts. This one isn't custom made. I took this one off the internet, but most of mine I make myself in Photoshop or maybe Fireworks, just because I'm good with those programs. You can use a plethora of other programs. I know there's probably a different program that's oriented towards inserts. And another way, if you're looking for inserts, you can find some really cool inserts on pen spinning forums, particularly UPSB. Universal Pen Spinning Board. Yeah, a lot of people post their personal inserts there, and I mean it's not like it's copyrighted, so you can just download those inserts, and I mean look up pen spinning inserts or like RSVP inserts, because RSVPMX is a pen spinning mod used for pen spinning that people will commonly put inserts in. Alright, so when it comes to rolling these, I think first I roll them kind of like this, just to get a rough roll, because when it comes to rolling, you got to get creased, in a sense, so it's used to being rolled. So I'm going to kind of roll it up like this. Now just acknowledge that when it's rolled up, it's probably going to look different than what you'd would you think it is? Just because there's less, like, it's not flat, it's rolled, you know, surface area and a rolled area, you know, area and stuff. So I got that rolled around here. Now I think it's going to be a little bit of a tight fit, but I think if I go and put it in now, I'll be fine. So I'm going to take this out, put this in the back, and try to get that in. You gotta be careful. So you can just kind of slip this in between. You gotta be kidding me. Let me make sure this stays down because it's really annoying. This actually can be a precise process. No. That corner keeps getting... Dang! Okay, this doesn't happen much with me actually. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go put it in the other way. Just so I avoid that corner problem. Another thing sometimes you have to compensate for, and I'm not sure if I'm going to need to do that in here, but what tends to happen is, since, we'll see if it happens. Since, no, looks like we're good here. Since up here, the plastic's wider here than it is up here, so it gets narrow, and sometimes that tends to bend it. I'm going to go and stick this back in. What this helps to do is push up that insert. So as you can see, I'm pushing that up. And the fit is a bit too big. Let's see what happens when I try screwing this in. Alright. Now that didn't turn out like I hope it would. As you can see right there, we got it's slanted, and you kind of got, like, from where this thing's coming up, kind of crushed the paper a little. But you gotta learn to deal with that. Sometimes you gotta learn to compensate before you put it in for errors like that. I'm gonna take this out. I think I'll actually cut a little along that edge, just because I already got some rough stuff there now. And it makes it cleaner. You're probably best off going smaller than bigger in size when it comes to these, just because, you know, you don't want to get that crunched up. This is a really close cut, so I think that'll be good. I'm going to go and cut a little up here. The only reason you see me cutting like that is to compensate, like, for what I said before, just because when you get up here it tends to crunch together, so it's going to look nicer if you have it cut like that. Sometimes you don't have to do it depending on the insert and size of the insert, so yeah, it's good. Go ahead and put this thing back in. Alright. Make sure you have it in the spot where you want it. You want to avoid getting it next to the clip. And get it nice and straight. We'll go and use this thing to help push that in. And that's looking perfect right there. I'm going to go and screw this in. It's going to be a close fit just because it's the same paper thing, but alright, it's still a bit slanted, but you can learn to live with that. I mean, the only reason it's slanted is because when I'm twisting this in, that's rubbing against it. It kind of pushes it against it. But you can see right here, I have an insert in here, and you can put all different kinds of inserts here. I have a Pedo Bear insert. I put that in a while ago. Should probably change that just because it's a bit creepy. But I mean, regardless, that's how you do it. You can custom make your own inserts. You can find them online. Just put in there what pleases you. And yeah, that's basically it for this. On this one, you just unscrew it the same way. You gotta hold it here and unscrew this. And sometimes it's a tight to unscrew, but you get that out. And then it's basically the same components here. You got this piece that comes out the back, which is kind of stubborn, I guess, because I have the insert jammed up in there. But you can just twist that back on, and that's how most newer Dr. Grips are. The older Dr. Grips, which aren't really in production anymore, so you have to be concerned about them. Let me see if I have one. They're not like that. You can't put on inserts on them to start with. Huh, gosh, I don't have it in here. Is it over here? Well, I can't find it right now. I hope I didn't lose that. It's actually expensive, but so that's pretty much it. I put inserts in most of mine. Sometimes I take them out, but it kind of adds a little bit more pizzazz to your pencil. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you want. Have a great day too.